I'm Jamie, and today on History of Doctor Who Companions, I'm introducing Jamie McCrimmon.
Craig on tour! Craig on tour! Craig on tour! I have an idea that might just work. What are you up to? Impossible, it's easy. Craig on tour! Craig on tour! Yeah!
James Robert McCrimmon, mostly known as Jamie, is one of the Second Doctor's companions. He was a Highland Scot from the mid-18th century Scotland, and during it he was a piper and a soldier fighting the hated English at the Battle of Culloden, which was an actual real historical battle taking place in 1746. During the battle, when his clan is taken captive and pretty much executed, he escapes his execution and ends up joining Ben, Polly, and the Doctor in the TARDIS. And his adventures start from there. Jamie was never intended to become a companion of the Doctor's, but the team liked Fraser so much that they decided to add him on. So what they did in his first episode was they rewrote his ending to where he become part of Team TARDIS. And from there, history was made with Jamie. They even changed his Highlander accent to a more Scottish one. He was a companion from 1966 to 1969. His first episode was The Highlanders, which most of it's missing.
Fortunately, if it's missing, that means we still have it in book form as well as audios.
And future animations.
Yes. So, eventually one day, we can actually get it back!
Jamie appears in a total of 22 episodes, which 12 of those episodes are missing. Now, if you divide it by parts of the episodes, because back then, Classic Who did their episodes in parts, like 2 parts, 4 parts, 6 parts, whatever parts. Those parts would be equal to 116 episodes total that Jamie appeared in, making him the longest running companion in Doctor Who. So Jamie appears in Season 4 of Classic Doctor Who, and his first episode is The Highlanders. After that, it's The Underwater Menace. And then The Moon Base, and The Makotera, The Faceless Ones, and The Evil of the Daleks. And after that, there's Season 5, and he appears in The Tomb of the Cybermen, The Abdominal Snowman, The Ice Warriors, The Enemy of the World, The Web of Fear, Fury from the Deep, and The Wheel in Space. Now, on to Season 6. He appears in The Dominators, The Mind Robber, The Invasion, The Crotons, The Seeds of Death, The Space Pirates, and his last episode being The War Games. Jamie is another companion suffering from the missing episode fiasco with the BBC. His first season, which is Season 4, a good majority of his episodes are missing. If not one part, all of it. And the same could be said in Season 5. With only, The Enemy of the World and The Tomb of the Cybermen not missing. But his last season, Season 6, only has 1 or 2 episodes missing. So he's not the only companion suffering from it. The episodes that Jamie has that are missing are The Highlanders, which is his first episode, which is completely missing. And you have episode 2 and 3 surviving for The Underwater Menace, which is the second episode. You have episodes 1 and 3 missing, but it's been animated. So one of the animated episodes is The Moon Base, The Makotera, which has recently been animated in March 2019. You have another one coming up that is going to be animated in 2020 called The Faceless Ones, which I'm super excited to see. The Makatera one was actually animated for black and white and color, so that's pretty cool. Want to check that one out. And those are pretty much the ones that have been animated along with the invasion. So yeah, the BBC is starting to get to animating missing episodes, and please, as I've desperately stated, and I desperately will state every single time, please continue animating the missing episodes. Thank you. So you thought his last appearance was in the War Games, and he was all done with Doctor Who. Haha. So he makes special appearances in 2 episodes. He appears in The Five Doctors, and he also appears in an episode called The Two Doctors. So his appearance in The Five Doctors is technically a cameo appearance. It's Jamie, but yet it's not really Jamie. So pretty much what happens is there's illusions of Jamie and Zoe that appear to the Second Doctor and the Brigadier. And it happens in the Death Zone on Gallifrey. And they're pretty much, telling him, go back, don't do this, stop doing this, kind of thing. And he knows it's not them. But that's the only brief appearance that he makes in The Five Doctors.
Good grief. Jamie! Zoe! Stay back, Doctor! Why, what's happening?
Don't come any closer! There's a force field!
A force field? I can't leave you there!
You must!
We could find another way into the tomb area.
Zoe and Jamie would still be trapped!
The Brigadier's right!
Stay away!
Why? I can't harm you.
They're one step nearer and we're dead!
You can't kill illusions.
The Brigadier!
You're not real.
Jamie also appears in the episode The Two Doctors, which, okay, this is one of my favorite episodes, not only because of the fact it has, the appearance of the Second Doctor and Jamie, but it also takes place with the Sixth Doctor and his companion Perry Brown. And it is an awesome reunion, and it's just beautifully done. So what happens is the Second Doctor and Jamie are pretty much traveling through the TARDIS, and they end up coming across a space station. And I'm not going to get into too much detail if you haven't seen this episode, but it involves Centaurians and a cannibalistic person that wants to eat people. But it's an awesome multi-doctor adventure, and it has other companions in it. Jamie's fantastic, but here's the thing you will notice. The Second Doctor and Jamie are oddly older. Now, this is supposed to take place during the Second Doctor's adventure when he has Victoria and Jamie, but yet they're significantly older. Now, I know it's because the actors themselves are older, but that's the thing I thought I should point out. But please check out The Two Doctors. It's a fantastic adventure, and you're gonna love it.
There you are, Jamie.
Jamie shares a live and bantering friendship with the Doctor. And it soon, later on, becomes a very, very close friendship with the Doctor. One that, to me, honestly, seems very remarkable.
Doctor, come on, will you? The whole place is going to blow up. Oh, it's quite all right, Jamie. The planet is quite safe. There's just going to be a localized volcanic eruption. It'll only affect the island. Maybe so, but we happen to be on the island. Oh, my word!
Throughout his run, Jamie sees the appearance and departure of 2 companions, Victoria and Zoe. With the appearance of 2 other female companions, Jamie was a total gentleman to them, and maybe even a bit of a flirt to Victoria.
Hey, Doctor, if you really want to capture one of these beasties, I think I have an idea that might just work. Victoria? Victoria, I think this is one of those instances where discretion is the better part of valor. Jamie has an idea. Come along.
He doesn't understand the situations he's put in, but he makes up for not understanding the TARDIS or technological aspects. with his common sense and his straightforwardness. He's practical, and he's very enthusiastic about what he doesn't know, which makes Jamie a pretty cool companion.
Goodbye, Jamie.
But Doctor, surely we could...
Goodbye, Jamie.
Oh, I won't forget you, you know.
I won't forget you. Don't go blundering into too much trouble, will you?
Oh, you're a fine one to talk.
So obviously, thanks to the War Games, after his travelings with the Doctor, Jamie was returned back to his original time with his memories wiped, except for his first little encounter with the Doctor. So he's back on the battlefields, fighting the English soldiers, and winning his clan back.
What about Jamie?
No.
The mother of McCrimmon, would you? Well, I'll show you!
They will both continue their lives as if nothing had happened.
After that, Jamie went on to marry a woman named Christy McLaren, and they had numerous grandchildren together. That's thanks to the audiobook, The Glorious Revolution. He also appears in numerous Big Finish audios, of course. And there was this little comic book appearance he did, but I didn't really want to cover it, and I don't consider it to be part of it, but I'll cover it anyway. And it was a comic book strip where Jamie was pretty much reconciled with the Sixth Doctor, went on a mini adventure with him, Perry, and Frobisher, which is a penguin in the comic books and audiobooks too. And he ends up sacrificing himself for the Doctor and sadly ages to his death. So I'm not considering that part of this, but that is one thing that could possibly be part of his canon after Doctor Who. But I would consider the Big Finish audios to be his pretty much history, which I sadly don't know much about, but there's also tons of Big Finish audios out there on Jamie McCrimmon as well. Of course, voiced by Frazer Hines. Now as for the man himself, Frazer Hines, who played Jamie, he is still very active in the Doctor Who community nowadays. He makes many appearances at conventions. So in 2017, I got to meet Frazer Hines at the convention WhoCon here in San Diego, and it was really awesome. I was overjoyed, and I was so excited to meet him because he's one of my favorite Doctor Who companions. And not only do we share the same name, Jamie, obviously, but oh my gosh, Fraser was an absolute delight, an absolute sweetheart, and just an incredible person. And I got a photo op with him when I went to the convention, dressed as Romana. So yeah, that's my photo op with him. So cool. And of course, on it, he signed one Jamie to another. And I'm just like... I was so overjoyed when I met him because, you know, like when he asked like, what's your name? And I'm like, Jamie. So yeah, I also got an autograph with one of the colorized pictures of his first episode he appears in, which I think is the Highlanders. I think this was it, yeah. It's a colorized picture of it, which, you know, is rare. But yeah, he also signed one Jamie to another, for another Jamie, Frazer Hines, Jamie. So yeah, that's pretty cool too. But look at this, it's so awesome. That's just so cool. Absolutely fantastic. I'm still really giddy about it. It's just so cool. But yeah, I had a fun time meeting him. He's a wonderful, fantastic person, if I haven't already stated that enough. I'm still fangirling. So Frazer Hines continues his appearance and his role as Jamie in the Big Finish audios nowadays, obviously. But along with playing Jamie, he also voices the second Doctor in the audiobooks. Now, he does a wonderful impersonation of Patrick Troughton, who played the second Doctor and who was his best friend in real life. And I just gotta say, listen to it. It's absolutely beautiful. And as I've stated throughout this video numerous times, it's touching. You could see how much of a friendship and how close they were. And honestly, just listen to it. It's beautiful. Here's another awesome fact for you. Does anyone know of the Outlander series out there? Hang on. So, okay, the main character in it, Jamie Fraser, is actually based off of Frazer Hines, who played Jamie McCrimmon in Doctor Who. The author was very inspired by it and decided to name the character after him. However, she didn't know that Fraser's name was actually Fraser, so years later when she found out, that ended up being a funny coincidence. Now as for love interest, and you know I'm gonna talk about love interest. It was hinted throughout the show that Jamie had a crush on Victoria. I know I covered most of it in my Victoria Waterfield video, which you can check out somewhere there. There's like a link, I don't know. But obviously, I found out this fact later that Fraser played the part as if he had fallen in love with Victoria, which considers it canon to me. But obviously, to explain it for people who haven't seen the Victoria video yet, what happens is Victoria joins the team in the Evil of the Daleks, and she's like the first female, one of the other female companions of the second Doctor, because the first one would be Polly. But the moment he meets her, he's completely smitten with her. He's just head over heels for her, pretty much. And you can see throughout the episodes, you can definitely see it in the Ice Warriors. You can spot it out, even in the Evil of the Daleks. He just has to protect her because she's helpless and he needs to protect her. He's a soldier, he's a warrior, and this is what he does. He protects women, he fights for what's right, and that's what he does. He's a good person. So he's really keen on keeping her, he's really protective of her and stuff like that. It's hinted, and I've even shown it in the other the Victoria video as well, that they kiss at the Fear of the Deep, and to me it's confirmed. I should have asked Frazer Hines when I met him, but didn't know. During one of the episodes called The Mine Robber, there's a double that comes in, and during this time it was because Frazer Hines had actually gotten chickenpox during the episode. So the whole entire episode was rewritten, and he was replaced, part of the serial, by an actor named Hamish Wilson. The episode revolved around the Doctor trying to return Jamie's face back to normal, at which the end of the episode, when Fraser, recovers from his chickenpox, Jamie's back intact again. Jamie was originally supposed to appear in the Three Doctors episode, with the Third Doctor, Second Doctor, and the tiny appearance of the First Doctor. However, he couldn't do it due to scheduling conflicts, with Fraser's schedule. And also the objection by John Pertwee, the Third Doctor himself, who said that there are already too many characters in the story. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next History of Doctor Who Companions. Also, a special thing here. I'm gonna also start doing a history of the Doctors themselves, along with any other things involving Classic Who, besides the companions. So be sure to check those out and be on the lookout for it. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I will.